What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today I bring to you part 1 of Morbid, the Lords of Ire. This is an obscure Souls-like title that really took a turn. It was more like an isometric, retro-inspired title back in its previous form, and then it transformed into a Souls-like. With the demo was a bit clunky when I played it, but I enjoyed it. It was very, it had a big emphasis on the parry system, blocking system, things like that. So I enjoyed it. We're going to be playing the full game today, though, and super excited about that. Let's see here. All right. Morbid, the Lords of Ire. Let me know how the sound is. Probably going to be... It seems really quiet, considering, but... You guys let me know. We're going to start a brand new profile. Kick off with this. Walter... waving that pink hand. What's up, Walter? I see you. I see you, brother. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, you know what? Let me put on my rings. I felt naked. I was like, oh, but my hands have been hurting so bad. It's been raining like crazy. You know what? I'm going to leave my rings off, actually. They're on the table, but my hands just hurt. The weather makes my bones feel like peanut brittle. Walter says, good day, Inhuman. Good day to you, sir. My friend Walter, I hope you're having a wonderful week. So this was the surprise. We're doing an obscure Souls-like title that we had seen the demo 4 years ago, but let's take a look at Rimehold. This is like one of the major locations. For ages, the stoic warriors of Rimehold were the noble watchmen of the wintry mountains. With pride and vigilance, they guarded the mountain passage between Mornia and Ire. Alas, the reign of Rimeholdians ended when the curse of the ravenous fell upon them. Cast by the Gahars, which are essentially like old gods, and triggered by their own heedless deeds, the curse devoured the tribe entire. Rimehold fell under the sway of the Gahars, with the accursed warriors, both living and dead, doomed to forever roam their snowbound lands. Really, really interesting. You know, years ago, after I beat the first game, I wrote a whole lore video on that I never posted. I probably have about 10 of those.
The second advent of the great corruptors is upon us.
Ooh.
Rise anew, striver. Adhere to your sacred duty once
Can I slash through the title?
for all our sake.
So Striver is essentially what we are, who we are, and what we are. We have R1, we have the stamina up top, we have R2, we have L1, which is guard. It does cost stamina to guard. You can put away a weapon with down. And I'm sure they're going to teach us what the face button, so I don't want to accidentally heal. I've got sausages for fingers right now myself. They're killing me too. Yeah, my knuckles hurt so bad. I've punched way too many people in my life. I'm hurty. I definitely ache. My bones do ache. Time your strikes for additional benefits. Let's see if we don't. I'm out of stamina. Maybe you have reduced stamina consumption? I'm not sure. I know that they increased or improved the visuals. The visuals were pretty shoddy in the demo. So this looks a little bit crispier, believe it or not. Again, I'm not really a snob for visuals. I am more about the gameplay and the story, and we're going to get plenty of gameplay. Plenty of good gameplay here. The bosses and stuff are just, they're quite difficult. Even in the game prior, which was, gosh, something the Acolytes or something, that one was for retro-inspired combat and isometric kind of viewpoint. They had some very tough boss fights. I'm in the snow. Oh wow, that's a terrible feeling. Got a brain enemy over here. Hold L1 to block attacks and projectiles. Perfectly timed block restores stamina, impacts enemy posture, and rebounds projectiles. You're pretty much telling me to parry. Whoa, that's fast. That is fast. Gosh, that was really fast. Okay, he's ready. When they don't have stamina, I guess you press R2 and you do a bit of a finisher. Completely forgot about that. That's pretty cool. We're at the derelict outpost. We're going to activate this. This is a place where you can fast travel, you can meditate, which means just rest there, replenish all of your heals and all that good stuff. There's a lot of winding pathways here, and these are like little barriers you can end up breaking down once you find your way around them, of course, and then they're linked to like a certain enemy. You can destroy the enemy and then you're good to go, and you can freely pass between them. But yeah, my knowledge of this is going to come back in slow and tiny pieces. Slowly. A Stone of Dibram is a permanent healing item, refillable through meditation. Picking up Cardinor shards increases the number of charges your Stone of Dibram has. And you can press square to use it. Okay, cool. So now we have 2 charges. The charges are actually massive, but they're right behind my head, so you can see them there. But the health bar is above us, so I'm finally glad. Like, that's not really important to see. You got to see my beautiful face at some point. No ambush. This game loves ambushes and tough enemies and all that junk, so. Yes, I win. Alright. And there's a lot of secrets in this game. This game does reward exploration. You have secret boss fights. You have all kinds of secrets. When an enemy loses all posture, becomes exhausted, and you can perform a critical blow. That's what the R2 was. So tanky enemies like this require a posture break. That way you can deal massive amounts of damage. And they do have, of course, unique executions or critical blows for each of these enemy types. Gus, what's going on, Gus? Gus is over on TikTok. He says, I've been dying for a new Souls-like. What is it? This is actually Morbid, the Lords of Ire. It's been out for a while. I played the demo years ago, and I played the previous title, and I thought it was really neat, but they ended up going with a 3D Souls-like style, which I did enjoy. People will say it's unpolished, a bit clunky. I think it's fine. It does great for what it's trying to do. The combat is solid. But we're going to be playing it today on stream together and hopefully get past what we did on the demo. There's so much content in this game, and I've never beaten it. I just played the demo. Played the demo and got through all the stuff. Found all the secrets in the demo after going through it multiple times. Alright, so we have Rage Breaker. When an enemy becomes enraged, it cannot be staggered. Performing a Rage Breaker, which is R2, to break through before the enemy regains posture. So the Rage Breaker is indicated by his posture bar, it looks like. Now parrying is huge. Let's see if we can get that going. Oh, I missed. He's enraged. There you go. He's chill again. See, when he's red like that, we can do our execution. Yeah, I couldn't get the parry. The parries are incredibly important. If you can get down the parry timing, you will have an absolute blast with this game. If not, you're going to get destroyed. We got a skill point, and these skill points are also really huge too. Sure, it'll give us a tutorial on how to use them. But anyways, we can go, I'm going to go as far left as I can, so we've come up around there. That gate is probably not going to be open, so we can just confirm that. Yeah, nothing yet. There's so many secrets, even in the safe, like, hub area too, so we'll be going into all that. It's been years since I've played it and experienced it, but I'll go do my best to show you guys that piece, and then we'll experience the rest of the game together. Blind, honestly, because it's been so long. Press X to make an evasive dash. That's when you're locked on, of course, and then circle to do a roll. That's when you want to... Oh, goodness. I was really trying to do my my parry. But the R2 there, when his health bar or his posture bar is yellow, that's when you want to go ahead and do your R2, which would interrupt that. But gosh, you die so easily in this game. I would like to do my parry. There you go. These guys, I mean, the timing and the window is tight as nards, man. That parry timing is incredibly tight. Let him do his 2 strikes there, and we're gonna go in with our R2, calm his ass down. Back away. Remember, stamina management is huge in this one. His posture bar is depleted, so we'll go in and be aggressive. But yeah, we'll do more dashes than we will rolls. Those rolls eat up our stamina like crazy. Walter says, you lost to a skelly with no arms. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to edit that out, Walter. They will never see it. I have no clue what you're talking about. A skeleton with no arms beat? No. There's no way that happened. You also can get like upgrades, different weapons, things like that. I'm also wondering where all this blood's coming from. Oh, you'll see. You'll see where all of it comes from. We will make it rain blood, Walter. Alright, so we have quick use slots, left and right to switch between, and then square to use the selected item. Press up to instantly use the Stone of Debram. Ugh, a big fat grub. Nasty. They changed the UI and stuff from the demo. It's vastly different. You can, of course, get different weapons, and then you can imbue them with runes that give them different features, and you can, of course, increase their damage and upgrade them as well. All kinds of things you can do. And then we have a quest log. Joe Fuller over on YouTube says, "What's up? Good evening, bro, and chat." Walter, why you laugh? Walter lied. There was no such event that occurred. Okay, and Walter says, "Good day, Joe." That never happened. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I've not died yet. I don't die in these games. I always survive. Skellies! Skellies! Uh-oh, somebody is growling. Somebody's angry. There is lots of blood, I'm not gonna lie. Now we've come full circle. Level design for the win. That is, of course, the starting area. We have this little room we can go into. Grab some more goodies. Weapon swap. You can swap between 2 equipped weapons. We pick up the rusted knuckles. Yikes, that's super fast. And we have another big fat grub. I mean, why not, right? Why wouldn't we? The grubs are grubbing today. Let me see if I can get the parry timing down with this fool. Ooh. For the life of me. Alright. Let's go heal, and then we'll come back around. Probably shouldn't have used my Debram stuff, huh? We're going to meditate, and then we'll just go right to that castle door and be done with it. How come it won't let me toggle? Like, it just said I could toggle between all of these things. My cat is going crazy. He hears me, he's like, "Why am I not with you, sir? Why am I not out there with you?" When he gets bigger, and yeah, I know he could take care of himself. He's so little right now, he's just a little guy. And to figure out the skill point thing as well, you know, what I'm still kind of confused on is why I can't swap between these. Yeah, where's my Heart of Debram? Did I just lose that somehow? It's like my heart's not there anymore, so I don't want to. I'm not trying to unbind anything, but don't tell me I get another buggy little game. I should have 2 hearts of DeBrom. I only see nothing but the grubs. A little clunky, but this was a fun game, says Sir Ulrich von Liechtenstein. What a great movie. Ulrich von Liechtenstein was found wanting. Until he wasn't. How do I see, I'm pressing left and right, but I can't actually change back to my Heart of DeBrom. What's going on with that? Why can't I change to my other heals, brother? My heart heals, like my normal flask heals. You know, what happened to that? Ah, yes, the sneak. Damn. That was painful. I don't know why I can't use my other heals. Joe says, wait, was it one of those skeletons that allegedly killed you? Them ones that don't move? Hey. He didn't have any arms, okay? But he moved just fine. He moved just fine, okay? Alright, let's see. We're gonna go this one. Everything can kill you in like 2 hits in this game. You die so easily in this game. It's very soulsy. Can I drop you a grub, brother? I don't even know their moves, too. He just does 1, 2. Oh, he does 3. I parried it, but that didn't get me anywhere. 1, 2. What we need, honestly, is to figure out what happened to our heals. Like, they're just gone. Ever since I switched to my grubs, I don't know what I need to do to get my normal heals back. Walter says he was trying to practice this, but I really was. The timing in the window is so tight. It's better to use it on, like, the sword enemies and stuff, because those guys are so unorthodox. Saber is crying so loud right now. I feel so terrible. If I remember correctly, did you go to the menu and hold down one of the D-pads? Yeah, I mean, I did. So look, I can't... I don't know if you can hear the click, 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 click. I don't know how to change it. Like, my Heart of DeBrom is just gone. Like, what happened there? So, no telling. And if you can see behind me, you can just see the grubs. I can't toggle between the grubs and hearts anymore. And the hearts are like my replenishable permanent flasks, so I have no clue what happened there. Alright, so we could technically go down there. Or we could continue around, and I think this is where we start seeing, the wolf enemies, or whatever they are. Like the L1 to repost. Right at the moment of. That's what I wasn't doing right. This is the proper parry, guys. If not, he would have eaten me alive, just so you know. So you have to press L1 and R1 at the same time. If not, you just do L1, which is the guard, or the, you know, the deflection, if you will. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. So it's L1 and R1. I never would have remembered that, by the way. Oh, there it is. I guess now it's saying I can only press, I can only do up. So here you go. I don't know what the hell just happened, but look. Now I can start toggling. I want my hearts. I want my hearts, please. That was very bizarre. It was locked until I picked up another item. This is where we just came from. Level design, boys. I tell you. This is a game that links so many areas together. There's so many secrets in this game, too. Getting parries off is so satisfying, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Ryan Blanks over on TikTok says, what game is this? This is Morbid, the Lords of Ire. It's a Souls-like that came out a while back. The first game, the game preceding this, was more like an isometric, retro-inspired title. Joe Yayo. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing, my friend. Parrying is my favorite mechanic in any game, yes. Absolutely. I love parrying. Parrying is like, if it's a thing, then I will do it. But it's called Morbid, the Lords of Ire. The first game was an isometric, retro-inspired game that looked like a pixelated type game, and then the sequel ended up becoming a Souls-like, which I'm actually, of course, this is my bread and butter. So I played the demo years ago and never actually played the full game. But I've been on this kick where I'm doing obscure Souls titles and featuring them on the channel, so I felt like covering this game. Yeah, we know to sprint. We know how to sprint, alright? We've been playing games for years. Sprint! Just in case you didn't know how. What I'm gonna do is take out the ranged fighter first. Get chased by the lion man. We'll go for the critical attack there. Jump down. Okay. Come on down, big boy. The hatchet-wielding enemies can be quite a mess. Let's see. Ugh, there you go. That's one. That's the repost. And then we can finish off with the critical attack. Although, I mean, you will literally... If you just get hit, you're just dead. I mean, this is a game that's incredibly punishing. The repost is just so important to pull off. The perfect blocks and guards are good for projectiles and things like that, and just getting some stamina back, but you will die if you don't pull off the reposts. It's incredibly difficult. We got a big fat grub. Yummy. Yummy. Riposte. All right. Balls. Okay, yeah. Forgot why you need to do that. I think those are just like AoE kind of pustules. I remember we're coming up on a secret that I completely missed on my first playthrough of the demo. I ended up playing it multiple times to figure out certain things. So let's. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I remember us having a projectile. We'll need to look into the skill points. I know there's some facet of ranged combat that doesn't rely purely on reflecting projectiles. I don't remember what it is, though. But right now, there's no way I can destroy that. But there's something in this area, or very near this area. I remember it's like a path you can deviate off of, and then you fight a whole nother enemy. It's pretty neat. Rocks with the beer. We're in the Hall of Redemption now, you say? Hola, my friend. How you doing? This here is the hub. There are so many NPCs. Really interesting designs, I would say. And then those rafters there and all those beams, so much of that can actually be explored. Really, really neat. So right now, it's like, no, you can't go back. We went to the Hall of whatever, Reflection or whatever it is. We're now letting them know, hey, we're the Striver, you know? Have you met any bosses yet? I literally just started 23 minutes ago, so I have not fought any bosses just yet. You are here to see it all. This dude, there's like, again, this is like Gehrman pretty much. I'm drinking a beer at the moment, says Rox. Good for you, man. What news from Rimehold?
So, it is as I feared. The great corruptors are among us.
The Gahars are what we destroyed in the previous game. They're like old gods. Very, very primal, like forces that just consume and taint and corrupt.
They have seized the 5 factions of Ire, of which Rimehold is but one.
And there's 5 areas, of course, in this area, and this particular continent, if you will, of Rimehold. And each of them is going to be held by, or, you know, led by a certain one of the Gahar's avatars.
Few can fathom the severity of this rule, and fewer still dare to oppose it.
I'll oppose it.
You must traverse the land of Ire, and defeat the servants of the devious deity.
I will.
Slay the new acolytes, the 5 fallen Lords of Ire and rid the Gahars of their flesh.
I shall.
Here in the Hall of Redemption, you have allies who can aid you on your journey. I suggest you go.
These allies are quite bizarre, and honestly, I don't trust them fully. I feel like we may be manipulated from within as well. Rock says here at 6:30 p.m. Not yeah. Oh, I know. You is a big time fan. It don't matter. You can have a breakfast beer. No one's judging you. And the weather's hot, almost like summer. It's been raining here the entire week. There was a thunderstorm right before I started streaming, but it's since calmed down. I say we go down first. Oh man, we can go up. There's gonna be like a lift or something over here, and then we'll go down. Ooh, I picked up a distilled darkness. Let's see what that is. Okay, it can be utilized by mere mortals, kin to Vulgus Calia, the darkness of your tile. Skull demons are best known for their imperceptibility, an attribute which can be momentarily acquired by ingesting the sinister consumable. It means I can turn invisible if I use it. That's pretty awesome. I'm in a t-shirt and shorts at home. Nice. Rox is comfy. Rox is kicking it right now. Ooh, a lighthouse. Alright, let's figure out our lives. Do a lot of exploration here. This hub has tons of secrets. I picked up the Heft Rune of Fatigue, so this is where things get really important. Like this rune, for example, if you look at it, let's see if I can actually go to... Ooh, I may not be able to just easily see those things, but... I don't even want that selected, but... Okay, but anyways, yeah, so the important thing about the good old runes that we're going to be looking at is they can actually decrease your posture damage and things like that pretty quickly. You can use them for that purpose, and that then allows you to chain, your critical attacks and things like that. So there's a lot of, different builds you can kind of work with on their runes. So Calming Capsule. There's a meter here called Madness, and this reduces your sanity. So you can vanquish nearby specters and stun other enemies. It also regenerates sanity. The mind of a striver is an asset which, if lost, can rarely be fully salvaged. This became evident to the Order of Debram, this is our first game, early on in their battle against the devious deities. Many of the valiant fighters sent out did not perish of a physical wound, but rather died of pure terror fighting the ungodly horrors the Gahars had brought upon Mornia. This is the first game. Thus, the Order of Debram was forced to come up with a solution. Calming Capsule holds within it vaporized sedatives. As the container is cracked, the gas within gets released and soothes the nerves of the recipient inhaling it. Now, this is important. There will be certain instances where you'll be receiving madness. Oh, no, this one actually is, you can play it, everything loads in, it's playable, my friend. Apparently they were doing even more updates to Crystalla, but I'm like, I can't revisit it until it's good and done. They need to be done with all their little updates and patches. Because I did spend $40 on that. I spent like $7 on this. Alright. Why am I lost? Why am I confused? Rocks, where do I go? Okay, that's where we got the item. We'll continue down. But no, it's actually a complete playable game. We've got a handful of NPCs here. We got this, and we'll be touching on this, not touching this big guy, but we'll be meeting this big fat guy that's really creepy.
Greetings, young one.
Greetings.
I sense your intentions to be benign.
Sure.
My name is Jan, the Blessed One, and I wish to aid you. I see you are familiar with the blessings of Magracias. Yet you are completely oblivious to their full potential. I can help you unearth the true power of the blessings. Listen closely.
Blessings of Magrathius improve the Striver herself. You can toggle the composition of your active blessings in the shrine menu. Talk to Yon to acquire and upgrade blessing slots with skill points. The level of the blessing slot determines the effect of the blessing placed in it. If I'm not mistaken, these are just like passive perks. Walter says 26 degrees, 78 Fahrenheit, and I didn't even have my AC on. It was so hot this morning. Yeah, that's pretty hot. Mike, what's up, Mike? Mike says, are you going to play Blades of Fire at some point in the future? Me and my son have been playing it. It's a great game. I did the demo. I played the demo, and it was pretty decent, but it's not a game that I necessarily have included in the lineup, but it is a game that I would play if things were slow. Also, I think it's like 40-50 bucks or so. Like I right now, like this game was like $7. I'm playing a lot of obscure Souls-like titles right now, just because it's nice to get them some attention and get them featured and show you guys what else is out there aside from these AAA title type things, and also because they're nice and affordable. I put that game in the garbage bag. Oh no, you talking about Crystalla Rocks? Mike says, how come, Wolfpack? What did you not like about it? Oh, he didn't like Blades of Fire. I think it was fine. The combat was fine. Story was okay. I mean, it seemed good. The visuals were a little weird, but they were good. It was a weird art style, but I did like it. I thought the game was fine. I just didn't have time to play at the time. So we can get a Blessing of the Healer, where we have a larger health bar or a larger stamina bar. I think that's more important. Stamina is going to be far more important.
Bless you, young one.
Oh, Morbid and Blades of Fire. I see. Yeah, I don't mind so much. Like, it's got to be like broken, like some of the other games we featured. That then I start getting a little impatient. But I do my best to feature a game to the fullest. But this is a game that I'm actually a little bit more familiar with, and I've played it since the demo, and I've played the previous game, so this one is fine. I enjoy this one. All right, so let's see here. I haven't beat it though. I've only gotten through the demo, but. Is there no way to open this door? I guess not. Slay says, good afternoon, sir. What's up, man? How you doing? We're playing Morbid, the Lords of Ire, another obscure Souls-like title. One that I'm semi-familiar with, anyways. I played the demo. I beat the first game. Did like a kind of a 100% walkthrough as I was beating the first game. It was pretty awesome. So really fun, isometric, retro-inspired game. This sequel then took a Souls-like turn, if you would. It was very interesting, and the demo was okay. It was enjoyable, and then it's been out for years at this point. But I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot, and I've enjoyed it since. So okay, there's got to be. That's so weird that he's like locked behind that door. How do I open that door? It's fine. We got this dude. We'll go downstairs now. There's the fat guy. There he is. All right. Lexa Protege over on TikTok says, you're right. I've never heard of this game. When did this come out? Hell, I don't know. You have to look it up. I've got my hands full right now. I don't know. It came out 2024, maybe? 2023?
You might be familiar with my world-renowned encyclopedia.
The Morbid Menagerie. Oh, Rox is my Souls-like snob. I love Rox. I always tease though. Let me see if I can find the answer for you, Lexa Protege.
Really use your help in documenting the land of Ire in all its horror. Here, have a copy of the Codex, and we'll fill it in together.
This is the bestiary. Helps you actually track things and find secrets that you may have missed. This is how I found the secret boss in the demo. This was released on May 17th, 2024. But the first game, Morbid something the Acolytes, was a really fun one as well. This came out in 2024, and it was a game that I wanted to finish playing, but at the time the demo was out, and then something released around that time that took precedent. Obviously, it took priority, so I forgot what it was that I covered instead. But yeah, you have your enemies, different weapons, of course. This is like your bestiary, your journal, your log. It shows you every single thing. So we'll be going through all that stuff, obviously, as we see more and more. Here it is. We get our Bloodborne gun. Oh yes, I will. I'll use it just fine. Slayer says, hello, Rox and Walter. I see Rox clearly isn't a fan. Nah. Mike, because it was 2024. I think you're right, Mike. Let's listen to our first assignment. So now we'll start using our quest log and tracking down these things. There's side quests as well to take down additional and optional bosses. You always get good stuff for it, whether it be skill points or other things that can help you improve. That's nice. Slay Grom the Ravenous. Ooh. Slay says, I've never heard of this either. Looking forward to seeing if it's any good. I mean, it's $7, and for $7, it's certainly worth it, in my opinion. Walter says, hello, Slay and Rox. And Rox says, they're completely different games. The Acolytes is like a 2D game. Yeah, it is. It totally is. It's a retro-inspired, old-school isometric game. It's pixelated, and you're like, you know, everything's like flat. Very good game. I loved that one, by the way. But this one's good too, in my opinion. I don't know. I guess I have a lot of tolerance for games that aren't like 100% like, oh my gosh, polished and perfect. But this is a fun one. I really like the lore too. That was a really big thing for me.
Unfortunately, as was to be expected, the mindless giants all starved or froze to death in the wild. All except for Grom, who's since become a legend as the sole surviving giant still residing on the mountain.
Yeah, and we're going to deal with Grom. Grom's a big boy.
I've concluded that eating the flesh of his frozen kin has kept him alive, but has likely inflicted him with the curse of the ravenous.
The lore of each of these areas, bosses, regions is really neat because you learn, I mean, from the first game, you learn about the Gahars, which are essentially like these Lovecraftian type gods that just feed off of these terrible things, and they corrupt and they make you just crazy. So the sanity is a major feature in that game. It wasn't so prominent in this game, except at least in the demo. So I'm interested to see how they use sanity in this one.
Confirming this hypothesis would make for a remarkable entry in my Morbid menagerie.
And the menagerie that we have, that's our bestiary, and you just get information. You can complete it and all that.
And report your findings back to me.
Now, of course, there's a main boss we have to take out, and Grom. I think Grom is the optional side quest type boss, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll see. I don't remember. We have our gun, and when it's purple like that, it has a charge. The charge up above allows us, indicates that we can shoot. I don't remember how to shoot, so we'll have to figure that out in a minute. This is on console. Hey, Sen, over on TikTok. Mike says, I just added this to my wishlist over on Steam. That's awesome, Mike. Mike over on YouTube. Slay over on YouTube. So for $7, I don't expect much, but you never know. You can be surprised by hidden gems. Well, at launch, this game was $30 to $40. It's just on sale right now until the 28th. So the game at full price is about $30 to $40. But for $7, it's a steal because it's heavily discounted. We got a Spectre Slug, and we got whatever the hell this is. Calming Capsule for our sanity. Love that. Can't open any of these damned doors. Rox over on YouTube says, hello, Slaya. And Hasten over on TikTok says, is this the first one or the second one? This is the second one. The first one was fantastic. Retro-inspired, isometric, really, really neat boss fights and stuff. The lore was fantastic. This is now the one where they departed and made it more of a Souls-like. Very, very heavy Souls inspiration for this game, and I love Souls-like. It's kind of my bread and butter, so we're featuring this entire, until things pick up in terms of like the new game launches that I'm going to be covering for 2026, we're doing all of these obscure titles, obscure Souls-likes, which I think either deserve attention or deserve to be featured on the channel in some capacity, so. Alright. Here the physical copies abound, 15 to 25 bucks, okay. Very cool, very cool. I don't know where the hell to go.
So then, let me elucidate.
Let me elucidate. What's up, fam? How you doing, fam?
The ruler of Rimehold, General
Yeah,
Morbid,
that's the one we have to take out.
once a noble
That's the main boss for this region. That's correct, Rox. It came out in 2024, May 17th.
resist her. She turned into a ferocious beast. Return to Rimehold, slay the man-eating acolyte, and rid the Gahars of her flesh.
Oh, I will. Alright, sweet. So now we have another quest, Mordio.
Return to Rimehold, slay the
Alright, am I free to do my thing, man? Thank you, sir. It's really limited right now. In the demo, you could come around and go down there. You could climb up these beams where there are items waiting for us. I have no clue of how to do that now. I don't see any means to get around this. So we're going to visit, meditate, and warp away. Morbid menageries, of course. All the different monsters and creatures we'll be facing off with. Blessings are our passives that we can have. They can be upgraded with skill points. Stamina is, of course, very good. Alright. Hollow Redemption or Rimehold? Literally. That's where I'm at, though. Let me see what this does. I'm actually eager to see if this takes me right where I was at. It does. Okay, that's fine. I was a lot of times they don't allow you to do that. So we're going to the Hollow of Huts. Actually, yeah. They looked very similar. Rock said, I tried the demo and didn't like it. Yeah, no worries, man. Okay, the Spectre Blaster is what we just picked up. Adibus Crombie, the father of firearms, created many magnificent inventions in this day. One of his most prestigious creations was and still is the highly coveted Spectre Blaster, a gun that uses the encapsulated essence of a being as its ammunition. This gun allows his wielder to regain a bullet upon slaying an enemy. This mind-boggling, soul-retrieving technology is beyond anyone's understanding, yet it works impeccably. The Spectre Blaster is attuned for staggering foes rather than dealing damage. It's also a supporting tool for melee combat, which can interrupt dangerous attacks and cut down posture. So it's like your Bloodborne gun. It's not like some damage dealing thing, it's more of an interruption, stagger type. Joe Fruit says, I remember you bought Mortal Shell for $8 or something and loved it. Mortal Shell is one of my favorite non-FromSoft Souls-likes, absolutely. I don't remember being $8, but shoot, game's damn good. However much it was, I would pay the full price. Regal said, did you play Code Vein 2 yet? It's really good. I liked Code Vein 1 far more than Code Vein 2. Code Vein 2, it was a bit of a disaster at launch with the lack of polish, the empty open world and things like that, and it didn't have any improvement in combat or anything from the previous game, aside from renaming certain things. So no, I did not like Code Vein 2. I have played it, but they updated the combat with a major patch several months ago, and I revisited Code Vein 2 just to kind of in between certain launches that were coming out, and I liked it much more then. But at launch, I did not like it at all. I felt cheated because the price of the game was absurd for the quality of game that we got 7 or 8 years later after the original launch. So it was a big disappointment to me. Being someone, I mean, this is my livelihood. Like, I play games to make money, to eat, and it was not a game that I wanted to even feature on the channel after having played it for that first, launch week and some days. It became much better months later, and it would be a game I would finish if things are really slow, but definitely not a priority, sadly, because of that kind of what I felt was like this little bit deceptive marketing, in my opinion. Fam says the Surge 2 is currently 90% off on Steam. Don't know if the console store sale is off or not, though. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to play it on Steam, but ideally on console. If there was a sale like that on console, I could finagle that maybe. Rock says, for a 2024 game, you feel like it's outdated already. Says Slayer. Like PS3 gameplay. Try it, fam. Okay, use the Spectre to interrupt attacks, cut down enemy posture, or perform critical blows. Spectre Blaster holds a single slug. Reload the gun by slaying an enemy. Hold L2 to cock the gun and press R2 to fire. How do I aim this mother? Okay. I don't know how to aim. Like, I couldn't aim. I mean, this is certainly a smaller studio and stuff, so it's not gonna be nearly as crispy as some of the other games. The Surge games are must for Souls-like. Oh yeah, I've played Surge 1, haven't played Surge 2. Surge 1 is responsible for one of my favorite lore videos I've ever done. And covering any game. Like, that was one of my favorite theories ever. Absolutely love it. Let me check what's up here again, because I kind of got mixed up. Can you stop sprinting, please? Thank you. That was blocked. Oh, that's right, that's right. So we're going to be ambushed. Okay, that's fair. I need to figure out this damn gun. Hate to do it in the middle of a fight, but hey, what better way to test its efficacy than to use it in someone's face in battle? Very low budget for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right? I mean, it's not all studios are AAA and have bajillions of dollars. But I don't mind. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me so much. If the game either has good gameplay, good story, or some combination of that, that's enough for me. More than enough for me. Okay, so that's the ambush over there. Yeah, let's go over here then. You can sneak in this game. Fam is very familiar with the, oh, can I not? Maybe those are attacks that I can't do anything with. Maybe those attacks are unrepostable, I guess. I don't even know. I could potentially shoot them. I don't know how quickly I can pull off a shot though. We got a calming capsule. Our sanity looks good though. That's the bar up to the top left. It's just empty, so we're not crazy yet. Okay, that's a whole little area back there. Walter says that's why they're hidden gems. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes you can find hidden gems that way. But I'm not really big on, like, it doesn't have to be like, you know, as long as the game, something's got to work for me, and then I see the charm in it, or I see like the vision, and I'm like, oh, it clicks. But sometimes it doesn't. No, but how you feel the character moves very harsh. Alright, let's see here. I'd love to get up there. I'll be able to though. She's a little clunky, but it's very traditional Souls. A face! I'm gonna heal if I get shot in the face, okay. What are you doing? Okay. Well, even if I parry him, I can't do anything, right? Yeah, it's not enough to... Not enough to get up there. Okay, so... Circle around we shall. I'm jumping in the conversation, only caught the tail of that. That's fine. No, I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm pretty open to games that aren't like, you know, gonna be like winning some awards or whatever, you know? I'm pretty easy to please. Dude, these things have no arms and they're still the freaking toughest enemies in this damn game. Give me a grub or give me death. We'll be able to get heals or health on execution or critical hits before long. Dude, I'm about to die. You know what we could try and do is we can try and repost those attacks now that I know it's not just a simple parry. At least there's a lot. Oh yeah, I love that. Need the blood. I used all my grubs. We got this brother over here. Come on, dude. The only problem is this fool. Did I go through that little area? No, I didn't. I don't know. Why do I keep avoiding this? Yeah. Destructible environments. Get the runes. Rapid rune of fatigue. Very nice. Did you figure out your flask situation? I did. I did. I'm doing it right now behind me. Sorry. You guys need to be able to see what I'm doing. Oop. So I was able to toggle, but I had to get something else so I could toggle to something. So now I have my hearts right there, which is 0, which is fine. I'll die before I clear this area. Fam says, Slay says, as long as the gameplay's good, I don't mind at all. Yeah, Sam, I'm pretty easy to please, man. With runes, you can manipulate the core attributes of melee weapons. Most runes improve one attribute while impairing another. Assign runes to your weapons in the inventory. Damage affects how much damage. Speed affects how fast the weapon can be swung. Agility affects how little the weapon consumes stamina. And impact affects how much weapon cuts down enemy posture. That's really big. And agility is stamina consumption. Okay, that's interesting. I need to remember that. You can do some stealth here too. See if I can get to this fool. Bams, I don't remember how many times I beat both first and second game. I beat one time a year. Yeah, the Surge is awesome. I've never played Surge 2 though, but I would balls. I didn't press the right button. Fighting 2 enemies at whoa, oh my gosh, well, I'm gonna die no matter what. Come here, big boy. Oh, okay, well that was good. We have another skill point, several skill points in fact. So what is the sanity you're talking about, Human? There's like because you're messing with kind of like Lovecraftian type stuff, there's going to be instances where we start losing our sanity and that will impact us negatively, but also gives us a little bit of a boon. It's kind of like a risk-reward system. So you can either manage it by reducing or improving your sanity and reducing your craziness, or you can just take the negative effects that comes with it, you know? But I haven't had to deal with it yet because we've not been seeing anything that's like, you know, pressing our sanity to the max. It's all just been pretty chill. There's dead bodies and stuff, you know, normal stuff. It gets worse. It gets worse. But it would be the top left bar that's empty right now. Where's that oh, I was gonna say a bad word. Where's that dude that was shooting me? Shortcut. I now have a shortcut. Shoot. Let's see how tough you are, Archer, now that I'm right here. Mortal Rune of Atrophy. And Rune of Fatigue. 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 Let's go ahead and rest, and we're going to get everything going here. Now I'm going to assign some runes as well. Oops. I don't need to do that. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I already have Rust Knuckles, which are basically whatchamacallem knucks. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And we have the Sword of Debrum. These give us some increased damage, but reduce our speed and agility, so... Okay. Impact is good, of course, for posture damage. The speed of the swing is almost more important than how much agility it takes away, I'd say. But doubling down on agility is not good either. That's big damage. I mean, we're talking like 36% damage, and now we're talking like almost like 50. That's massive. Losing a lot of everything there, though. Getting a bunch of damage there. Yeah, we'll run with that for now. My gosh, that's so hard to say. We shall run with that for now. Yeah. R Squared over on Twitch. What's going on, brother? R Squared says, Mr. Inhuman, what's up, good sir? Oh, just another obscure Souls-like title we're featuring on the channel today. This game is called Morbid, the Lords of Ire. It's the sequel to Morbid and Seven Acolytes, which was a vastly different game than this. Isometric, retro-inspired, with really tough boss fights, kind of pixelated type game, whereas this is... The sequel took an entirely different route and became like more of a Souls-like. And I'm just covering a bunch of Souls-likes right now, just obscure games, I mean, that I think a lot of you guys may not have ever seen or even heard of, but I have some knowledge of, or that I've always had an interest in playing, at the very least. Oh man, that didn't go too smoothly. Let's go ahead and heal. We have this ranged enemy up here. We've already cleared out that side, so we should be good to go. Let's press onward. Oh, okay. But yeah, I definitely like when you guys tell me your opinions on these games. I don't ever expect you guys to like agree with me or always be like, yep, this game's awesome, because then Inhuman's playing. And I play some shite games too, but I also like to show you guys other things that are a little bit less, like I say, more obscure. So I'm always happy to hear you guys' opinions and stuff. I'm already, like, these guys deal the most damage to me, and I always forget to repost them, so it's just absolutely nuts. Fam over on YouTube says, it's like how Helldiver changed from first game to second game. Oh, really? Wasn't it probably like an RTS kind of game and then it became like an extraction type shooter? I don't even know. I never played Helldivers. It was something I always wanted to check out, but, you know, it helps if you play with friends, which I typically do not. Lord DuQ over on TikTok says, that sword looks like Zanba from PSO. Phantasy Star Online? Is that what that is? Zambakto? Let's see here. So, there is no other path that way. Nice. Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah. Out balls. No! Now, rawr. Scream really loud, Catman. Okay, so... And that would just be the other way to get up from the back, which is where we already obtained this item here. Okay, so... We've come full circle now. But yeah, this is Morbid, the Lords of Ire, the sequel to Morbid and the Seven Acolytes, or whatever it was. They became a Souls-like, which was really shocking and interesting, and actually really, I think it's pretty decent. I've never beaten it before, I've only played the demo. Come here. My cat is... She just ate, so I don't know what she's complaining about. Mind of the Striver, here you go. What? Hold on, let me see what's going on. I don't know, they're just being obnoxious, I guess. Okay, in combat, a clear and decisive mind can be as powerful a tool as the blade you wield. Deliberate strikes performed without panic cost less stamina. Such mindful maneuvering can also replenish some sanity. Your actions are but an extension of your mind after all. So deliberate strikes are performed without panic. Okay. Okay. I'm ready to panic, sir. Is this game good? Well, it depends on your opinion. I would say that I am enjoying it. So, to me, what makes the game good is does it have either decent combat, a really cool story, or something that I'm just really hooked on, like the art style or whatever, or a cool feature. And to me, yes, it's a Souls-like. I played the first game. I really enjoyed the first game. This is a departure from the first game in terms of the style and the presentation, but I'm enjoying it so far. I am familiar at least with this part because I played the demo. But if you're willing to give like smaller, like indie type games and smaller studios a chance, then it's certainly a game that I enjoy. At least as far as I've experienced it. It's hard as hell and punishing in certain areas with that kind of old school type Souls-like difficulty, but I do enjoy that. That's kind of my bread and butter, as I've said multiple times. Anything Souls-like, I will play. And I want to feature on the channel so you guys can see things that maybe you would never have heard of or seen. This is where there's a deviating path here, and I want to show you guys how I missed this. And I want to, it's coming back to me. But this snowbound trail here, I'm not going to actually, well, I will. I'll go ahead and activate it now. This is going to respawn the enemies naturally, but we'll go back. Walter Licious over on YouTube says, I haven't played Forbidden West yet. I paid for it. Same with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, Nier. I need to start playing again. I agree. I would love for you to start playing games again, but only as much as you enjoy it, you know? I don't want you to burn out on the games, you know? But yeah, I mean, the combat's a little clunky in terms of like, you know, chaining together combos and things like that, but the parries and the reposts are pretty responsive and all that, so not bad. Okay, so I think that there's something, if I recall correctly, there's literally something around this particular area that I missed completely. I do not remember exactly what, but this is pretty much the way to ROM in some way or something like that. I don't remember. We'll find out. At least that's what I suspected, but you actually go through a hut, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, if I remember correctly. But yeah, everybody's going to have different like opinions, and I respect all of you guys' opinions, and to me it's just interesting to see how vastly different you guys see games than maybe I would or whatever. But ultimately, the way you spend your time and have fun is up to you. I want you guys to enjoy the games. But in the games I play, I just want you guys to see them, check them out, whatever, right? But it's not like, I'm definitely not getting paid if you guys want to play or not. That's just me wasting time, burning time until the next awesome launches of 2026. So it's just more so for fun to cover these obscure topics and games that maybe you guys would never know about. Another skill point. We can upgrade our stamina, but I want to see what other blessing we can get first. Okay, so obviously this is going to be a shortcut for later. So we'll come back up and around. There's going to be a million of those hatchet dudes before long. We got a big fat grub. Just the way I like them. We get some runes, atrophy and inertia. Each of those, of course, being tied to one of the 4 attributes we talked about earlier. Speed, damage, agility, impact. Gotta be careful here because there's tons of ranged enemies, so let's take those guys out first. Dude, that's not cool. I literally interrupted your rage attack and he still raged on me. Sam says, or maybe play games that you've not played yet. I always play games I haven't played yet. I'm always featuring in new games. I've only ever played the demo for this game. Crystalla was new. Every game that I've, almost 90% of the games that I've played with you guys, I've never played before. Very rarely have I been like familiar. Oh, I've played this game. I'm really familiar with it. I know it left and right. Like, that's usually not the case at all. Unless it's one of the OG, like, Souls games that we've done millions of challenge runs on. But yeah, normally every game that I play with you guys is new. And that's part of me, like, sharing that experience with you guys. Because again, most of the games that I play are new. And so we're experiencing that kind of fresh thing to get, like, fresh perspective together. I bet I'm going to be ambushed by him, but let's see if I can get the kill anyways. Nope. I tried. He blocks with his little buzzard hands. But yeah, I always play new games with you guys. Very rarely do I play games that I'm just very familiar with. Unless it's your Bloodborns and your whatever, but usually it's years in between playthroughs, so I don't even know what, I'm like, you guys gotta remind me, I don't remember. Slaya says, those are all fantastic games, Walter. You should start at least one of them. All amazing titles. Yeah, I've beaten Forbidden West, and Nier, but I've never played I've never played any Final Fantasy game, really. Okay. So I can't go there because that's blocked off, so I do need to go this way, and then we'll open up that shortcut. Let's see here, gosh. Got that brother over there, and there's going to be an item on that. I remember from the demo. Array21 over on TikTok says, I've seen this. I've been wanting to buy it. It's only $7 on the PlayStation Store right now, so I mean, why not? If you like Souls-likes and you're okay with like indie titles, go check it out. Slay over on YouTube says, Final Fantasy VII Remake is my favorite of those you mentioned. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fanboy, mostly due to nostalgia. Final Fantasy VIII was the first game I truly loved as a kid. Nice. Let's just say hi. How did I miss my repos? There you go. Never again. Slaya says, then I went on to play other FF titles, Final Fantasy titles, and that's when my love of games really blossomed. Really? That's awesome. Bunch of archers up here. I don't like that. We need to go ahead and kill these two and open up that shortcut. But we have the same archer issue over there as well. And we got this fool, of course. See, I don't like this guy. If I can aggro the melee guy, then I'm fine. I just don't want to piss everybody off. Come on, fool. I know you see me. Come on. Brother, like, come fight me, dude. Very nice. I only played the early Final Fantasy Pixel era. The only 3D Final Fantasy I played is 9. Interessante. I just think Cloud looks cool, so he's as cool as he looks. I like Cerberus too, but I don't remember what game he's from. Alright, that's the area where I was like, oh, I can't go up that way. Nice. Thank you, sir. Get your ass. Stop shooting me. Noise. Calming capsule. This should calm us down. Calm our nerves. Big fat grub. confirming that this is indeed the shortcut that I mentioned. We should have killed this fool up here, and then one. Yep, right there was the archer. And then we had a lion dude crawling around. You know, did you guys like Super Mario RPG? It's when I heard about the remake, I almost like my heart welled up. Like I was like, oh my gosh, that was like one of the first like true RPG I ever played, the JRPG, anyways. And that was just really incredible. Eventually I'd like to get the remake and play that. It was so fun. I know I could stealth and whatever, but Debosky Love over on TikTok says, what game is this? This game is Morbid, the Lords of Ire, the sequel to Morbid and the Seven Acolytes. It took a very different approach to the presentation style of game, from like the isometric kind of retro-inspired pixelated game to like a Souls-like 3D adventure, which is really interesting. Come here, boy. Can never get the frackin' parry down for these clowns. I had to see, like, I hit them, but he still gets his attack off, which makes no sense. Rise anew. I died. Cerberus, you mean the spin-off game Dire of Service where you play as Vincent? The dude with long black hair and the red bandana and the guns? Yes. Debosky says, I will wait on Phantom Blade. Well, you got 4 months, brother. What are you going to play until then? Are you going to use your madness card, says Demi Levito. I don't know. I don't even know if I have the madness card yet, brother. Let's see. Do I have a card of madness? I only have stamina and health card right now. But yeah, I don't know. I've only ever played as far as the demo takes you, so the demo actually takes you much further than this, so we'll continue exploring this, and I'll let you know at what point I've no longer seen the game. So you guys can know what's new to me, but yeah, so far I've seen some, I just haven't seen it in years. It's been actual years since I played the demo, so. It's a game changer. Says Demi, cool. I'll have to check it out then. Oh, lovely. How am I missing it every time? That's driving me nuts. What's up with my timing, man? Neo 3 for now. Oh, nice. Yeah, Neo 3 was fantastic. I played that when it came out, though, and I beat it at level 1 Nike. So it was pretty awesome. Neo 3 is the ultimate Neo experience. I absolutely loved it. The Neo series is just so good, in my opinion, though. Alright, dude, bro, like, can I get my freaking timing down right here? There you go. Pressing 2 buttons at once is a pain, in my opinion. Reminds me of Liza P when it, whenever parry was L1 and triangle or whatever, one of the weapon skills, that was just it doesn't feel very good. I don't like having to parry with 2 weapons. Alright, fam says Vincent from 7. He's a member in your team from 7. Oh, cool. So Vincent, and so the Cerberus game is about Vincent. Okay. That's pretty cool. See, I don't know anything about Final Fantasy. I just like the way that people look. Good screams. I like their scream. They scream good. I don't want to use the consumable items, but it is what it is. I'm sure I'll pick them up. If I could master the timing of the parry, or the riposte, specifically. See, like, he still attacks. I don't get that. You break their enrage, which means they don't go on a crazy, you know, flurry, but they still go on that crazy flurry. So it's like, what is the point? It's much better just to do that, but easier said than done. Not very easy to time that perfectly every time, because they strike in a very unorthodox way. So his name is Vincent. Okay, yeah, Vincent looks awesome, and Cloud, it looks awesome. And Tifa's teats look nice. That's all I know. That's like all the people I know. We're there, so we just need to come up here. I guess we'll go, yeah, this is the little hut that I'm talking about that takes you places. Okay, so the fact that there's archers everywhere, we're gonna have to use some strategic positioning here to not get shot to death. I'm gonna go ahead and retreat. Oh yeah, that's right. This game blocks you off in the middle of combat. The little barriers block you off, so that really sucks, but we'll go kill these fools now. Alright, so... Nice. I'm gonna use the gun instead to start stunning them. It's back, it's like something back here. Yeah, it's like this. And this ends up taking you down. Okay. That's what I missed before, and that's how you get to Grom. Anyways, let's go kill this fool. Get dead, dude. So sick of you. We picked up the Putrid Lamb. We can go there for forward progression. We can go die to Grom a few times and figure out our first boss. I know Joe Fuller probably wants to see that. Alright, so... Oh, yes. Yes, I remember that. You gonna rage at me, kid? No, you're not. Because you will die. Oh, hi. Vincent is his name. Now we're on the other side of the bridge, right? It should be. Ah, yeah. Okay, see, I knew the bridge was important. This is how the network node memory theory works. Okay. I wish it was a save point, because I'm certainly going to die. You see the bodies of other kind of Yetis or ice giants, whatever they call them, because he actually fed on them to survive, and because he did that, he was susceptible to the influence of the Gahar, which are those evil bastards. Grom! Dude, I'm so dead. Oh my gosh! Why are there enemies? There's enemies too, huh? I'm so gonna die. It's fine. That would have been nice to have my gunshot there, but... I died because I'm a fool. That's fine. Too greedy, man. I could have killed him. Could have killed him. Well, shoot. I need to go over here. Obviously, there's not like a quick and easy way. I do believe that you have to fight that stupid gauntlet of enemies each time, which means I have to fight the 2 lambs and whatever else. I need to get better at that. So I got greedy, Walter. Dang it. I always do that, right? What a mess. It's a darn shame, isn't it? Yes, thank you. I only have 1 heal left. These guys need to drop grubs. The grubbies. Missed my repost like a mofo. Oh, what's up, Alex? How you doing? Alex over on TikTok says, I beat this game. The ending is so disappointing, but it was fun for a quick playthrough. That's what we're working on. That's what we're doing. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it's very true. That strategy could be amazing sometimes. Sometimes it's not. I need heals, and I'm already used all of them. That's unfortunate. I don't think I can run through this area either without being... Oh yeah, this was, since it's a gauntlet, you're fine. Okay, good. But this fool... This guy... You know what? I don't trust you. Dude, the delay in his strike is just so ridiculous. Very disorienting. I miss it all the time because it's such a strange delay. Yeah, these stupid things. So I have no health, but I mean, whatever. Sometimes my strategy isn't the best, but it's problem now is I wish I could like erect a bridge to come across, but it's fine. There's more dead yetis or more dead giants there. We just have to win. Get wrecked. To talk to Professor Maximus. Maximus Decimus Meridius. Father to a murdered son. Husband to a murdered wife. Alright. I win. I wish I had more heals. Let's see. We got another pathway. Yes, yes. Got imminent death. Which way do I choose? Imminent death or the safe path? Oh, yes. Plot thickens. Get some runes from this dude's back. Bloop. A new weapon. The Sword of Aura. See how much cooler this is, so... I can dual wield too. All the damage. All the damage. Just gonna be a little bit more heavy on the cost for stamina, which is fine. It's cool. Let me clap those cheeks over on TikTok. Says, what's this game? It's called Morbid, the Lords of Ire. Me first, though. And then BB says, what game? Morbid, Lords of Ire. All right. A big fat grub. I don't know where I'm at. Oh, this is the other side of that archer. Of that little gauntlet. So remember, we actually just entered that building right down there. If I'm not mistaken, there's another staircase, though, where those zombies were coming from. We went down here, but there's like a... Yeah. Oh, it's a staircase up to where the archer was for that gauntlet, so... Nothing more to see there. I've got absolutely no health. Okay. We'll cross the bridge, figure out our lives. Hopefully he doesn't have good peripheral vision. Otherwise I'm just going to shoot him. It's okay. It's alright. Take it easy. Take it easy. It's so blizzardy over here. And the snow is up to my knees, so I can't run. We desperately need to get the next checkpoint, huh? Ooh, this is a big open area too. Wow, okay, that sucks. Yikes. If I try and parry these guys, I'm gonna die, so. No! Rise anew. Just titties, or I don't know what your name is on TikTok. I can't read that. It's just titty. This is Skyrim. Yeah, this is a Skyrim Dark Souls mod that I got. Native Jesus, wow. Says game name, please. Morbid, the Lords of Ire. Slayer says it's Roblox on PS5, yes. Well, that was, yeah, we had to install and uninstall some Roblox files to get this kind of graphics, but yeah. It's pretty much Skyrim. Thanks. You're very welcome, Jesus. Remember me when the time comes. How much mods did you add on, sir? Enough. Enough to get this beauty that you see right before you here today. Of course I'm gonna get shot. Do they aggro from this far? Okay, good. Ow. Man, if you miss the one, you are just screwed, I tell you. Golly. You miss that initial strike, you're just screwed. Where did you come from? Gotta heal, not get shot in the face. Fam, have a great night. $2K, $3K. Yeah, about 2,000. Is this the Inhuman mod for Skyrim? It sure is. It sure is. Let's see. Let's go this way now. Hopefully they don't see me. It's not too bad a walk then, actually. You know, damage doesn't really do anything. Maybe we go for like... Well, I was gonna say maybe our crit damage is impacted by this, but crits do so much damage in general, so... Let's see. Am I crouched? You always get force close on your Skyrim mods? Yeah, it happens. You gotta do the Dragon Ball Z mod, and your life will be changed forever. Alright, let's try that again, but this time, let's not die. Pretty much I'm heading to the winter hold right now. We'll go this way. Hopefully I can aggro just the single enemy. And even so, they won't be able to strike me fast enough, so we're good. Alright. We gotta stay away from the archer's line of sight, so we're good actually on this whole entire angle, so this is good. All the quests have changed, yeah. This is Winterhold 7.0. Yeah, I figured. Oh, he blocked me. You mean little thing. Alright. Oh, happy days. Got a big fat grub. We love that. And a Cardinor shard, which means we should actually have now 3 Debrom uses, maybe? We'll have to confirm that. Alright, we got this pathway here. Probably circle around, honestly. So we're gonna get attacked by that guy. Yep, we need to go down this way. Once we head back to, or we find the next save point, we'll go ahead and go back and speak to Maximus. Oh, I'm just playing, man. I hope you don't believe this is certainly not Skyrim, but I don't even know how to mod a game, just so you know. I wouldn't. Ow, ow, ow. No, this is certainly not Skyrim at all. This is Morbid, the Lords of Ire. I hear somebody. Why was he so tanky? Get a two-handed axe, the mountain's edge. Whoa. That's pretty awesome. Alright, now we can drop down and clear out the rest of these fools. You know, he saw me, didn't you? I don't have the patience. Come to me then. I'm still gonna see if I can get the I see the enemy behind him though. How are they not dying so quickly? That's so weird. Like, when did these dudes get so tanky? Walters is a good night, fam. Yeah, fam is. He's already counting sheep. We picked up the ice shroom. Alright, so all good things. Just go back around and we should be good. Let me see what's down here though. Shouldn't be anything. Yeah, but just death. Graphical death. I'm interested to see if we do rest at another kind of shrine. If we have 3 DeBrom heart uses now, that'd be nice. Okay. Waiting for an ambush seems a little too easy. No ambush, okay. These guys. I can never get the timing down. I'm just waiting for an ambush. Yeah, that's my ambush right there. There's so many like lines of sight that are broken. I was like, there's got to be something here. The gun is really useful if you can chain it together like that. And of course, you do get replenished shots on kill, so it's like an automatic reload, so it is the most effective way to use it. Did you ever play Steel Rising? I sure did. I played Steel Rising when it first came out and beat it on stream years ago. It was pretty decent. It was what I thought Liza P would be, but Liza P was just leagues beyond what I could have possibly imagined. But yeah, I figured, oh, this was going to be what Liza P is going to feel like. Wrong. Steel Rising was very decent, but Liza P was phenomenal. Panda says, is this game something that's out now? I mean, they released it 2024. This is like an indie kind of experience for a Souls-like game, so yeah, it is, Panda. That guy's screaming. He's not happy. I need another save point. There it is. I want to say there's an NPC around here somewhere. That might even be him. Screaming his buns off. Do we now have 3 uses? Let's see. I'm going to move my beautiful bearded face. And right behind me, we should see 3. Very good. We have 3 DeBrom uses now. Oh, okay, the graphics look good. Well, yeah, a lot of people would disagree, but I don't really mind. Visuals aren't like the end-all be-all for me, but yeah, I mean, the graphics to me are a little bit, you know, they are graphics. But again, not really big on visuals. If that's the sole factor of what I'm judging a game on, then, you know, it's like, gotta see what else the game has to offer, but no, it's a little, definitely a smaller studio. I enjoyed the first game, the Seven Acolytes, but this is the one that they departed from that original kind of, I don't know, presentation or style of game, and they went with a Souls-like. I really don't want to have to fight. Okay, dude, like, you're annoying. Not nice. Okay, now I gotta kill this fool. How do I deal with you? I don't like you. You're the one. Actually a bother. That dude is screaming so hard. Eat more fiber. All I gotta say. Introduce fiber into that diet, and you will not be screaming so hard. There you go. Hiya! Thank you. I took damage. Gross. If I remember correctly, there's some either elite kind of like lion mask dudes or whatever up here, and wow, lots of enemies over there. The extent of this was just to get the drop on that one fool. We'll do a sneak attack here. We got the Star of the Ravenous. So here, I mean, again, you start getting different weapon types. They all have slightly different movesets as well. And then you can just freely pick between them. And you see which ones you like the best, you know? But right now we're using Sword of Ire. Mostly for the damage. And just, I mean, anything can be viable, essentially, so. Honestly, if I could choose a secondary weapon, probably be something like a big two-handed weapon instead, so. Unequip that. Equip that. There you go. That's gonna kill it either way. Okay, that's fine. And then maybe we then go here. Go for damage. Speed will give us tons more. Impact. Speed or agility? What should we increase here? Now we have the axe. Much different moveset. Joe Foolish is at times I don't even care for this, so I just tell myself I gotta kill all the creature or else they'll hurt people. Josh Bogan says, what game is this? This is Morbid, the Lords of Ire. Arg. Oh, hi. Your brother's soul is mine. Has anyone seen the new Mortal Kombat movie? Oh, he was screaming because he was getting eaten alive. Yikes, that's pretty morbid.
Please, you help me.
I will.
They ate my face and gnawed my legs.
Oh, that's terrible.
Those savage brutes, damn them all.
Oh, I'll kill them for you.
Thank goodness you came before they got to my able arms.
Dang, he was getting eaten alive.
My name is Ataz the Infuser, and I wish to repay you for saving me.
He looks like that dude from Elden Ring that's the pyromancer guy, and that I used his armor in my torch only run. Gosh, what was his name? Albaroth or something like that?
Just let me have a little breather first. Being eaten alive takes its toll on the body, you know.
It's a good point, yeah.
I'll make my way to Hall of Redemption once I've rested a bit. Come see me there.
How is he gonna get there on his little nubs?
I'll make my way to Hall of Redemption once I've rested a bit.
Joe over on YouTube says, could hear that guy screaming for the last 5 minutes. They're torturing him back. Yeah, they're eating him alive. I mean, it hurts. It happens to the best of us. Slayer says, my man sounds like he had terrible diarrhea. Joe Fuller says, he was screaming all the time you were in the menu. I know, I felt so bad. Prayer of Altair Assassin's Creed reference maybe. Over on TikTok says, what game is this? Morbid, the Lords of Ire. I mean, if I got paid every time I had to answer that question, I'd be a rich man. I would be a rich man indeed. Cool. This is Atos. Atos the Infuser. This should open up one of those doors, which hopefully is a shortcut for us. That opened that one there. Lovely. What about this one off to the side? It opened both. Interesting. I don't know where it, you know, which direction is forward progression. I'm assuming this because the game's literally like walking me out this door. So that means we're going to go the opposite direction. Never do what the devs tell you to do. Always go the opposite direction. How'd that happen? How do you like that? This is the upper area where we're at the open area in the snow. I know exactly where we're at now. Skill point gain. This is going to be like a no skill point playthrough. 11 skill points that I've acquired and I have not used a single one. We should, though. We shouldn't limit ourselves. That dude was screaming so hard. I'm glad that he's alive, though. He seems fine. He's in good spirits, considering he was being eaten alive. That makes me happy that he's happy. There's an enemy behind me as well, I can tell. An ambush, you say? Reading's fundamental. Sometimes. Sometimes. Oh my goodness. This dreary weather, man. I love the rain, but my gosh, it definitely takes a lot out of you when you don't have the sunlight. Okay. Making good progress, actually. I wish I could get heals on an execution. That'd be really nice. If he's not... I'm gonna get crunched by that guy. Fighting 3 enemies at once. Yes, lovely. Balls, dude. Three v1? A 3v1, huh? I barely survived that. I do like the sword moveset quite a bit, but I remember using and favoring the axes on the demo for some reason. Probably because the impact damage. I would love a little checkpoint. So we have this, which is very likely... Oh, it's a dead end. Even better. Oh, yay. No ambush? Like, when I'm expecting them, they never show up. Ice shroom? You would think something would come out of there, but I have no clue. Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum. Guess this is the way to go. The vestibule. No, vegetable. Eat your vegetables. I remember there being an archer that shot me in the nards around here somewhere. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and rest, meditate, reflect on our life decisions. And we'll go talk with what's his nuts, Maximus. We're in the vestibule, so let's remember that. There we go. Spores flora. While generally speaking, eating spores flora may not be a good idea. Irian plants are an exception to this rule. Their spores taste repugnant as you'd expect by their appearance, but they contain chemicals that have a peculiar invigorating effect. Probably just health over time, or maybe stamina over time. This means I think that you can progress dialogue.
A badly injured infuser called Atos has just arrived here, renowned for his rune skills. His services will be of great help to us. Good thing you found him. And at the very last moment it would seem.
Yeah, they were eating him alive, sir. It was bad.
Return to Rimehold, slay the man-eating acolyte, and rid the Gahars of her flesh.
All right. If you say so, that's new. Is this where Atos is, mayhaps? Yeah, these are the beams you can get to now. All right, well, before we do all this crap, let's figure out, don't we have to go downstairs for the fat boy, right? Ah, yes.
I knew it! The curse of the Ravenous had indeed inflicted Grom. A rare case.
Ugh, what does he have in his hand? Like Grom's, like, spleen.
Fascinating. Grom makes for a fine entry in the Morbid menagerie. Thank you, Striver.
You're welcome.
Your next quest.
We got Beast Claws. What is my next quest? Oh, I didn't see what. Dunghaven.
Monica Rotten City from the ever-growing piles of putrid corpses produced by Emperor Bucky's merciless regime. As the myriad mounds of rotting slaves slowly poisoned the soil and water of the port, the town became ridden with ailments. The rotten reservoir has since engendered horrific mutations in the fauna of the area, giving birth to all new abysmal abominations. Whatever you find there, I'd like to document it.
Dunghaven?
Don't get killed before reporting back to me.
You got it.
Have you found any interesting flora or fauna?
Not really.
Keep on exploring.
Alright, cool.
More to unearth.
Nice. Bro, in chat, what is the hardest boss you've ever faced? Man, I guess that really depends on the challenge runs I've done, because in general, like, fighting bosses just like regular, it's typically not too challenging for me. That's why I always do challenge runs on my first playthroughs in most instances. I've been taking it really easy this last few games. But like a game, like a vanilla game, like not restricting myself in any way and just trying to like play the game and struggling with a boss, like, oh my gosh, this boss is so hard. Gosh, I don't even know. Because typically, like I said, I do challenge runs and I add difficulty because it's usually not hard enough. I'm trying to think of like what a hard, boss or enemy would be. I don't know, man. It's really hard for me because I always think back to my challenge runs, really, and I'm thinking like, okay, these were some very difficult bosses and these challenges, but in a vanilla, like, I'm just playing the game for the first time, I may die a lot because I'm trying different things, or I'm trying to use the mechanics, trying to parry everything or whatever, but I can't recall like just an incredibly difficult boss. Let me think. So we need to go speak to whoever that is. Bring me relics is what she said. Okay. I need to go find whoever's talking right now. I think she's over here. Oh, shoot. I can't run on those things. I didn't play the Elden Ring DLC. I have kind of a bittersweet kind of thing with Elden Ring, so I beat Elden Ring and all that junk. I did the torch only run too. I was like one of the first people to ever do that. But I don't know. What is the name of the game? Is it on PS5? It says Jason Bourne. It's on PS5. Yeah, it's called Morbid, the Lords of Ire. It is like $7 right now, so you can buy it and you can. That way I can pocket 5 of it. Just kidding. I'm not getting any. This is not a sponsored thing by any means. I'm just trying to show you guys obscure Souls-like titles that you may not have heard of before. So this is one of them. I think it's pretty decent. I've never beaten it. I've only played the demo, but Console or Dawn. I don't know. I've never faced off with Console or Dawn. And Elden Ring was quite challenging, especially on the first playthrough. Oh, shoot! Damn it, Joe. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, I'm trying to think of all the Souls-like games. Like, what was one of the bosses? I was like, holy hell, this guy's difficult. Trey. What's up, Trey? Trey says, well, hello there. Greetings, my friend. How are you doing, my friend? How's life treating you, brother? Trying to think of the hardest Souls-like boss I face off in a vanilla playthrough. And I'm probably going to have to go back to, like, we're talking Dark Souls 2. Let's think. I don't know. What about you guys in chat? What do you guys think? Who was your hardest Souls-like boss? I cannot think of one right now that's just like, this boss just ruined my life. So I can't walk on this this fabric here. So I do not know who that voice was or who was talking to us, because she said, bring me relics. But I have no relics to give. So maybe when I have relics, she'll pop up here. Because in the demo, I do remember speaking with an NPC up in the rafters. That's what I was trying to show you guys, but... yeah, that's all she wrote, man. I don't know where else to go. We have died so many times due to gravity. Walter over on YouTube says, Tiger Dude and Wuchong, I had to pay to win on that one. I was well worth it. Inhuman rocked that game. Ending son of a... yes, I did. I did that for you, my friend. I died again. Me, man. Are you kidding me? I've died to gravity more than I've died to anything else in this game. Okay. Let's not do that ever again. Joe is laughing. LMAO, says Joe. Yeah, that is funny. I don't know. I don't know the hardest boss, honestly. Gravity would be the hardest boss for me. Trace is pretty good, just working the 9 to 5. As one does. As one does. Well, I hope everything's great. I hope your family's doing wonderful. My family's doing great. Just kicking butt in this game of life. Alright, we've got Immortal Rune of Inertia. He infuses the runes, which I think allows them to be improved upon, which is really nice. But before we chat with him, they all seem to be quite chatty. There's gotta be... yeah, here you go. Gotta be like a connecting pathway. This is now Maximus. Yeah, okay. So it's starting to open up, and hopefully these doors will start leading us back to the main hub area. Alright, let's talk to this fool.
There you are.
Gehrman.
Happy to see you alive.
He actually looks like the enemy in the Chalice dungeons for Bloodborne. Oh, I can't remember the name of this enemy. You can get the set of this enemy in the Chalice dungeons in Bloodborne, and it's such a good boss fight. Can't remember for the life of me the names. You know, I don't know.
If I still have my face,
I couldn't answer who was the hardest boss. Artorias was pretty tough, I mean, back in the day.
anyway, let's cut to the chase. Even if
I don't know, man.
legs. I like to think I know a thing or two about infusing runes.
Challenge run-wise, I've had some incredibly frustrating fights that I was like, I don't even know how this is possible.
Short,
And I've just been so frustrated during the run sometimes. I can recall some of those that have been a real pain in the ass.
listen,
But in a general playthrough, like, typically we're going to win, you know, at some point. But I can't be like, oh man, this was so frustratingly hard. Unless the game itself had some issues or whatever. Or it's just plain like, I'm just not interested in the game, and so I'm just not really giving it my all kind of thing. But that rarely happens. I rarely get that frustrated in a game. So... you know, I'm trying to think of maybe even when I played the Neo games for the first time, I had a very strange like perception of those games, and I played them way too much like a standard like Dark Souls type game, and it was miserable, you know. But the bosses weren't necessarily hard. It just felt like it felt cheap because, you know, you didn't understand. I hadn't understand and embraced the mechanics yet to those games and that genre, so that series I should say. So, but yeah, I don't know. I cannot think of one that's like, oh man, this boss was so hard. They all have the same exact mechanics where like you can either manipulate their AI based on range, or what you're doing, what actions you're doing. So they always have like a finite move set, so that you can either learn that move set and know when it's safe to evade and when it's safe to strike, because those are always going to be the same, and when it's safe to heal, because those windows will always be the same. So every Souls game is kind of always has that formula. So once you learn the moveset, I mean, man, that knowledge allows you to do anything. So, and I always die anyways. Like I rarely beat a boss on the first try, so I typically use that knowledge to then say, oh, okay, well, I can beat him this way. I'm going to try and parry everything, or I'm going to try and dodge everything, or whatever. Or next time I'm going to do it with a stick, or, whatever. So I don't know. I can't recall like the hardest boss. I don't really know what that would be for me. Atos can level up a melee weapon by infusing runes. The weapon permanently gains 20% of all the positive and 10% of all the negative effects. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. After the infusion, the sockets become empty again and can be filled with new runes. Wow. Okay. Interesting. That is like, it's like a permanent buff then. Very interesting. Well, I don't think I want to go that route necessarily, but it is. I mean, that's actually not terrible, but the damage doesn't come up enough for me. And this is not really much of an increase in any regard. So yeah, I mean, that's cool, but we probably won't be using that much. You know me, I don't typically use all these different like features and all that. Joe says, oh, the dragon you have to fight before Artorias, Calamite. Calamite was a pain in the ass because he could kill you in one shot, like with all that flame stuff. He was annoying for sure. Calamite did have a lot of annoying moves. He was no fun. Probably Ozma, third phase, was one of the harder bosses I fought from Kazan. And I fought him after they had nerfed that game to freaking, I don't know what, they nerfed it to hell. So it wasn't, particularly difficult because I could tank a lot of the hits. In fact, when I beat that game, it was pretty cool. Oh, is this a relic? No. What is this? Oh, nothing. Anyway, so when I beat the game, like, it was really, really heavily nerfed. And I was able to tank quite a few hits that would normally one-shot you, so I don't feel like I got the full experience of that, unfortunately. Viper was a real pain in the ass. Beating in the demo, like I remember, like at vanilla, the first Berserker Kazan, Viper, in the demo, I mean, it took me hours to beat him. So, I mean, maybe Kazan would definitely be up there with one of the hardest bosses. The Phantom Blade guy, gosh, another very difficult fight. Ring the bells, ring the bells. Yeah, Ozma was interesting, but I didn't face him at his like final, purest form, so he wasn't too bad. But Viper and the Blade Phantom and whatever, I mean, those fools were incredibly freaking hard. And when I was fighting them in the demo, it took me hours to beat them. So that's moving something. Let me actually move that back. That's where it was. That's the state that it was in initially, was it not? And now it's back there. Okay, I don't know what the hell I just did. Maybe that broke the statue of that old man or something. I don't know. What was the purpose of that? And the chains don't seem to go down any further. For me doing it twice actually was quite silly. I shouldn't have done that. Now I don't know what changed. Yeah, let me go back up and do it again. Sorry, guys. I wasn't paying attention and I didn't really see the starting state of it. Black Myth Wukong was pretty challenging too. I mean, a lot of those bosses were hard as hell, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like, but I mean, there's some tough bosses. Like Erlong was a pain in the ass. Like, there was a few bosses that I found difficult. I mean, shoot, who else was pretty tough in the beginning? I don't remember, but that game had so many damn bosses. A lot of them were pretty challenging. Erlong was really fun, though, and by then I was pretty good, so it wasn't too bad, but a lot of people struggled with him. And then down there for the infusions. Okay, well, thanks, dude, bro, but I'm good on that. We're in the vestibule. The coupe. Slayer says, I think I did it before they nerfed him. No, I know you did. And you did it at the, the proper difficulty. I did not. I played it months later. Slayer says, I love Kazan, one of my favorite Souls games. Yeah, it's good. Are you doing your spear playthrough or your greatsword playthrough yet? Or are you putting that on hold for now? Alright, we got this. I want to explore the rest of this vestibule before we came through here, I'd imagine. If memory serves. I love that. That's a great expression, isn't it? That's a relic right there, the placenta of grief. I could have given that to what's-her-teats. Okay, so maybe she'll appear now that I actually have a relic to give. And these do have some pretty interesting lore, like if we were to read them. Artifacts with an E. So an excerpt from Mornia Morbid's menagerie. Lady Tristana had always had but one wish to bear a child. She and her husband, the mayor of Mornia, had tried for many years to produce an heir, to no avail. Time was rapidly running out for the aging couple. Then the great Gahars arrived as her last resort. Lady Tristana prayed for the deity Dol Gahar, remember, to grant her a child. Dol Gahar agreed to help if the lady would pledge to serve. Where? Her. Tristana agreed, and soon after she found herself pregnant. Weeks passed and Tristana became increasingly ill. She was invariably feverish, had agonizing stomach cramps, and even suffered spasmodic seizures. She also began to lose her mind as her once kind and loving personality was... Why is it so hard to... Replaced by a cruel and raving demeanor. She became paranoid about everyone around her, dismissing her whole staff and even blaming her beloved husband for plotting against her and the unborn child. On the day the baby was due, a series of monstrous screams could be heard coming from the mayor's estate. Soon after, the mayor himself, with glassy dead eyes and a cadaverous, stolid face, and scrambled across the masses of expectant villagers. He continued on in silence all the way to the infamous Grimwald's Grove, never to be seen again. And you actually see this entire story unfold in the first game. No one knows what happened, nor has anyone dared to find out, though the villagers swear they can still hear a woman's voice humming a lullaby if they ever wandered too close to the estate. That, if I recall correctly, is actually part of the first game, and it's actually pretty interesting. So dark. The first game was so good in terms of the lore and all that, in my opinion. Alright, so that was the upstairs. That's it, right? Is that everything? I guess that's everything, huh? Have to move forward like a chump. They added easier mode, so maybe you could try it again. It's an amazing game. The game was brutal. I tried the demo, just couldn't get the combat down. Yeah, it's very, in my opinion, it's just more so like you decide whether you want to focus more on the dodge or the brink guard or whatever, and then just go from there. In my opinion, I love the parries and the brink guards. If you can pull off the parries, I mean, you can destroy bosses. Joe says, I don't like easy mode on games, like them being hard, but yeah, if it goes on sale, definitely get it. Yeah, it probably will, because, I mean, considering the whole team dissolved. Slayer says, I'm doing Sekiro and Horizon because that'll probably be the next unless I find a new game I want to play. Yeah, unless they give us a release date for some of these new games. I'm sorry that I wasn't much help in terms of suggesting a new game, Slayer. I just couldn't really think of anything that's not like an obscure title or a game that we don't already own and haven't played or mastered at this point. So that's why I've been trying to introduce new games to you guys that are obscure titles, whether, you know, they're AAA or not. It's just kind of fun. I love Souls-likes in general. It's my favorite genre, hardcore action RPGs. So I'm going to show you guys games that you may never even try out because you may not even know it's part of the genre, or you may just be like, it looks terrible. But it's like, hey, well, let's just check it out and see. Joe says, I've just finished Black Myth. I'm looking for something else. Might wait for 007. Oh, interesting. All right, we're going to boss fight. This fight is pretty tough. At least in the demo, it was hard as hell. This dude hops around like a freaking maniac. And then they become like a regular enemy, by the way. If I'm not mistaken. I don't like your little satanic imagery. I'll have to kill you swiftly. Morio, the man-eater. Don't remember that being a thing. Balls, dude. The hell? Really? Is that what we do to our friends? I don't know your frackin' moves yet. There's one. I know that one. I was trying so desperately to hit Morio so that I could break the posture. This is madness. Placenta. No wonder there's a crazy meter, says Walter. Indeed. Indeed. That was a giant placenta just sitting there. There's the lore in this game, like I said, is phenomenal. The first one as well. I did a video. I have probably, I'd say 15 to 20 videos that I've written. I have the footage for, and I've just never posted. And I may do something with those one day. Like, hey, behind the scenes of videos I never posted kind of thing, because they're just some really cool theories that I just never got around to posting, you know? Slayer says, it's all good, Inhuman. I forgive you for your failures. No, he says, it's all good, Inhuman. I appreciate you and like seeing these obscure titles. Can you imagine Slayer? Slayer was like the nicest dude. Like, don't fail me again, Inhuman. Right. Can you imagine if Slayer was mean? That would break my heart. Oh my gosh, sorry. I had to parry that one in real life. See, that move pisses me off. Thrust? No. That is such an ugly thing to do. That right there. I deserve that death. I deserve that. Joe says, LMAO got a whole Bathman on his shield. Yeah, I don't like that stuff. I don't like satanic imagery, man. I'm real big on like conspiracy stuff too. Or people would say, you know, call it conspiracy or whatever they want to call it. But not everything means something, you know. And I think that there's a lot in terms of that imagery and the symbolism that you see all throughout the world. They just put it right in your face. It's almost like they're mocking you, you know, and it's ugly because it's mean. I don't like that stuff. Not at all. Alright, so we'll go this way. And we'll come back around. How did I use 4 heals so quickly? My gosh. Am I such a noob? Joe Fuller, this is the hardest boss I've ever faced off. Just kidding. I've died like for hours on bosses, and I still don't consider them like, okay, it's just me doing something stupid usually. I gotta stop that. Like, I have to stop that. Yeah. So here's the thing that I'm doing, I just realized. So I'm not dodging through because I'm trying to press X and dash through. I don't know if you have as many iframes during the dash. So I gotta stop doing that. Because it looks like I'm just tanking it. But I'm trying to dash. I don't think you have as many iframes in the dash. Come here. Oh, it does work. But, well, that was a dodge, but... Your mama. Not sure how I missed those parries. I'm not sure what's happening there. Like, I swear I'm knocking out those parries, but oh, the reposts, but maybe not. Joe says that's why we got to end it, bro. That would make me want to defeat it more. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm defeating this this evil bastard before long. Slaya says, I'm not a jerk unless you do something wrong to me or insult me without reason. I try to be kind to people because you never know what someone else is going through. Yes, that's so good. Because sometimes people, you know, sometimes people lash out or whatever because it just, when you're hurt, you hurt others, right? And so sometimes you're like, man, what's your trauma, dude? Like, why are you acting? So I typically don't hold it against people, you know, or take it personally. But I also have, my patience also has its limits, you know, where I'm like, come on, man. Like, there's no need to be that way. Joe for listen, stop. Yeah, stop. Stop it. You jerk. Hiya. See, that was a repost. That was one too. I'm gonna go ahead and heal. Repost, repost, repost. Yeah, I did 3 reposts there. Repost, repost. That was the perfect timing there. The first one's too early. Oh, maybe I can't repost those. Oh, we'll see. I don't know. Whatever. That was perfect timing. Okay, I was gonna say, give me my roses. Okay, am I just a freaking parry monster? What just happened? This is phase 1, by the way. Forgot to tell you guys that. Oh my gosh. That's just phase 1, by the way. Aha! He did it again! Oh, balls. That was my surprise. There's 2 phases. Most bosses in this game have 2 phases. It gets quite challenging. That's why the first phase was so simple and then so limited in the moveset. Alright. Miss Flipper says, hi, do you make 100% walkthrough for Lords of the Fallen? You know, I started it, but I did not complete it, so no, I cannot claim that I have. Unfortunately, that is not a complete guide. That game at the time, at launch, was almost impossible to do 100% because the way I do it, where if you obtain an item, you know, I'd go through and read the item description, talk about the lore, talk about the stats, but you're being attacked by umbral entities the entire time, so it was really difficult for me to do my format and style of 100% guide, so yeah, unfortunately I did not do one. Did not complete one. Alright, let's beat phase 1 without, you know, with minimal healage. Dang it. Deadly Kitten over on TikTok says, what game is this? This is Morbid, the Lords of Ire. It was released May 17th, 2024. It's just like a smaller studio Souls-like that was a complete departure from the previous title that I really enjoyed, Morbid, the Seven Acolytes. This one became a Souls-like, which is pretty interesting. I kept reading this as Arise, Andrew. I think it says Arise anew or something like that. I don't know. That ground AoE looks nasty. Yeah, it's pretty bad. The ground AoE, like you have to use the repost on that stupid, the demon form of it, because otherwise you get jacked up. You fool. The ass. Maybe that's just not one I can parry. I don't know, I'm getting eaten alive by that. That combo. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I really can't do much with that, so. Yeah, can I not do anything with that? I don't think you can parry though or deflect those. That's my new knowledge that I obtained there. Oh, that was dumb. You shake your hair, that's an attack. So I think what happened is I was believing that I could parry those strikes that have the yellow glow around them. You cannot. You have to dodge those. So that makes sense, because I was like, why am I taking damage here when I don't think I should be? Because I thought the timing was mint, as they say. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, now we know not to just take unnecessary damage. Bad timing on my part. Okay, that was my bad. We're gonna dash. We're not gonna dodge so much, okay? Dodging is trash. And I think I don't know if I get iframes on the dash, but if I just stay out of the way of the projectile, it should be fine, so. That ground AoE was disgusting. Come here, fool. Son of a mother. Rise, Andrew. Rise. Yeah, that sucks. This is the first proper boss, by the way. Grom was just to whet the appetite. Damn. Okay, that hurt. I told myself I wasn't gonna roll around so much, and yet I did it anyways. Did it again. And I did it again. I'm just terrible at following my own rules. Spam the same attack 3 times, by the way. Reminds me of Solo Leveling. Arise, and the music kicks in. Oh, such a great anime. I didn't read the manhwa, but man, the freaking show was so good. What if we have some fun and try out our new weapon? Arise. Okay. I need to figure out the best way to dodge. Maybe I just strafe. You know, it could be something as simple as a strafe to counter that 3-hit slash that I can't deflect. mean, I can minimize some of the damage. It's really just more of a block situation, honestly. Unfortunately. Thrust? Nope. Yeah, I can minimize some of the damage. Mitigate some of it anyways by just doing a regular parry and not a repost attempt. Jeez. Solo Leveling is one of my favorite anime. Nice. Slay, it's really good. It's getting really dark over here, guys. Your mama, dude. Every freaking attack you have is unparryable. The hell? He's on my head! Oh. I don't know what kind of health situation he was in, but I don't even think we got him to 50%. Walter says it's a very good anime. I think I'll do another run of season 2 later. Yeah, I like season 1 better, honestly. Season 1 is actually my favorite. As he gains the ability and the power, and then pretty much when he fights Igris, or that is the best animation I've probably seen since Demon Slayer, and and it's so amazing. Oh man, I was a little disappointed by the ant fight actually. I was much more impressed with the animation when he fights Igris. That fight was wow, in my opinion. That fight was phenomenal. Animated so freaking well. Rise, Andrew. Yeah, I was actually a little disappointed with the fight. I was like, oh man, I thought he was gonna do a little bit more, but in terms of like, I don't know, it was just a little different than the fight that he had with. At that point, he had reached another level. I mean, like truly, right? And like he's just beyond powerful. So like, it was just like it was no match. But when he was actually like, okay, he could technically lose to this Igris this fellow. That was cool. Oh, hello. There you go. But still a very excellent episode and stuff. I loved it, but of the two, I mean, that's certainly my favorite. How are you not dead, bro? I wonder how long that lasts. I could get some additional damage in on there too. I just don't know what the hell to do with that stupid attack. I don't know what to do to parry that attack. Like, so maybe because she was on uneven ground, the standard block or parry didn't seem to work as well as before, because sometimes on that first strike, I guess it depends on her stamina as well, but it looked like I was actually reflecting back the projectile, which when he fights the orcs, oh yeah, that was great. I like when he fights the elves. When he fought the elves and the elf king or whatever, that was so awesome. That's in season 2 though. See, like that, how'd that work? I don't know what I did there. I don't know what I did there. Maybe it was the projectile. Hard to say. When she's on uneven ground, it's just impossible to determine what the hell I'm doing. And again, uneven ground, so I can't tell. Just gonna keep spamming it. Dude, this boss is pretty cheap. She spams like crazy. I'm probably gonna watch it again. Love that Shangri-La. Oh yeah, Shangri-La Frontier is so good. I think it's only 2 seasons right now, if I'm not mistaken. But oh man, that's a really cool anime too. The boss, I mean, like the boss fights and like, oh, how you have to do this and take this out. It was so cool. And it reminds me of me. It's like I played trash games all the time. But I played decent games, but I make them trash because I make them so freaking hard. It's so funny though. That's a really good anime. There's some really. I wonder what the twist is though. There's certainly a twist in there. Lots of good fun. Oh yeah, the ice elves was pretty awesome. This dude uses so many freaking unrepostable attacks. My gosh. Okay, so let's take a look at these skill points we have. I just like there you go. Not enough points. Oh, I wish I could have undone that. Damn it. Because I could have technically just waited to upgrade. That's fine. Well, that was kind of a waste. I opened up a 3rd slot versus waiting to upgrade one of my cards. That's okay though. It takes 10 points to upgrade a card. Like, what am I supposed to do there? Like, actually, what am I supposed to do there? I wonder. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that one attack, though. That's what just drives me fracking bonkers. I was on the off cycle there of his strike, so I mean every single strike was gonna hit me. Oh, that's annoying, my gosh. And I screwed up my leveling here by you know what I'd really like? I'd like for the pistol to have an extra shot. That'd be like maybe a shot on like a perfect parry or even a critical attack as opposed to just a kill, because that is pretty critical for like certain chaining together certain things and all that. You're gonna do, yeah, I can tell you're gonna do that already because you're off even ground. Even footing. That's a grab. That's what that is. Wow, that sucks. I win. Alright, that was ridiculous. My goodness. That requires like frackin' on point reflexes. Alright, so they want me to speak to some clown. Die, demon. I won't lose to the likes of you. Good fight, but man, it's tough. I'm surprised there wouldn't be. Yeah, there's gotta be something, right? There's typically a reward for kicking the ass of my enemies. The Rimehold Cleaver, I remember I like that. My weapon. This has like all the damage in the world. I'm gonna try out this axe a little bit more, huh? The Gate of Rimiholde. Rimiholde. Mortal Rune of Fatigue. Tome of Insight. What does that do? Another artifact. Delivered to Jan? Oh, it gives me a new blessing. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, we can have a third card at least, right? Jeez Louise. That was tough. I don't remember who Jan was. Who was Jan? Was Jan the monk-looking dude or whatever? He wants to talk more. No more talking. Only action. Where was this fool, though? I don't even know, dude. Be down here, up here, here. Hmm. Ow. Are you Jan?
Can it be? You have found one of the ancient
Insight?
These archaic writings hold the grand power of endowing new blessings. Stay still, young one, so I may bestow...
I wonder what, well, regardless, it's a third card, so... Blessing of the Insane. Stone of Debrum also decreases sanity. I mean, that's fine. For now, I mean, that's really all we have. I'll find your tomes, dude. You tell me what to do. I guess we could actually try and consider using this axe, but... We're essentially at the end of the first area and the end of the demo. So, first episode of the stream and of the series, we got to the end of the demo, which is awesome, because I think it took me a little bit longer last time. I definitely died a bunch. I'll say a bit more, but try saying that. What do you got for me, old man?
No longer does the frigid wind of Rhymehold carry blood-curdling screams to my ear.
He looks cool.
Morio, the man-eater, is no more.
Yeah, Morio sucked.
Well done, striver.
Really tough fight. That's a big ol' axe. That is what she said.
But unfortunately, the war has only just begun. The rotten city of Dunghaven.
Dunghaven? Now we gotta go talk to... See, this is all new, so... New location, Dunghaven. Alright, so we're gonna go up here. We're not gonna infuse stuff, because that's like permanent upgrades, and permanent upgrades freak me out, so we're not gonna do those. No permanent upgrades for us. We'll do temporary ones, because we're cowards. We lack the courage. Let's go see if we can give a relic to what's-her-teats. See, I swear she was around here somewhere. Very strange angle, by the way. Ah, there she is. Now that I got my relic. Hi. The Hag of the Hall. She looks cool. All yours. This'll do. But what do I get? Okay, well, you're not very nice. I gave you what you asked for, you jerk. That probably could be tied to an ending. There were several different endings in the other game, so this could also tie into other endings, and maybe I shouldn't be giving them that, because if she's consuming relics of the gods, then she's very likely going to be a boss we're going to have to fight. Slayer says good progress, I'd say. Oh no! Okay, sorry. That was my Arnold impression. Dang it! I died to gravity yet again. That was no fun. Now we can travel to Dunghaven, take a look at it, because this is all new. And we'll just kind of go from here. We only have like 10 more minutes before we end the stream, but hey, let's have some fun and explore. Exploratory wheel. Let's figure out the moveset for this damn thing. That's just one strike there. Oh, it's always a spin. Okay, so 1, 2. It's weird that she doesn't just go back with the momentum she has to go from right to left, but whatever. Okay, 120 damage. I like that. Very nice. Very nice damage. Ah, my face. So I need a little bit more damage so I should just be killed in one shot, right? Ideally. I feel like I'm gonna get shot in the back. Nope, he's throwing a rock at me. Where'd you pull that rock from? Show me where you got your rock. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a dung ball. I was gonna freak out. Where'd you get that rock? I don't know this guy, though. Whoa! This is awesome. Look at the enemies. Look at that. Oh, balls. That's awesome, man. What a cool freaking enemy. What are you doing? He just doesn't want to die, huh? So we took out the thing he was carrying. My gosh. Okay, that's a tough enemy. Tanky boy. Okay, we got this pathway which circles back around, or this, which probably takes us forward. Let's go back. Doggies? Ooh, they make rat noises. I don't like that. Damn, dude. More damage is always good. Yes, indeed, Slayer. It's not bad, I mean, at all. It's just, I hate the moveset. I hate the moveset. It's such an unnatural swing, you know? Like, she swings twice from the left, like, boom, and then boom. Like, why wouldn't you just use the momentum to strike from right to left then, you know? This is not Neo axe play, that's for sure, because that is, like, the best axe, you know, combo or moves that I've ever played in my life. But this is a very unorthodox way to use the axe, but whatever. But that kind of throws me off a bit. But axe is fun. The sword is far better in terms of the moveset and stuff, but maybe we just clear with the axe and kill bosses with the sword. No! I need, like, heal on execution. That would be nice. Molder? We got Molder's toolkit. Whoa. X-Files reference. Considering aliens are real now, that's gotta be something, right? Gotta be worth something. Alright, dude, bro. Just going for it. Was that smart? No. No, it wasn't. Did it pay off? Yes, it did. He's still dying. Oh, no way. Something happened to him. What the heck? Maybe I shouldn't allow it. Oh, gosh. What exactly is happening here? How did he become a... Is it because this purple mist? Is it my... It's my sanity. That's what it is. I'll do this to reduce it. Well, maybe not. Ooh, it's storming, guys. It got so dark over here. That's why my green screen's gonna start swallowing me. Because the lighting is just gone. There is no light outside. It's like actually pitch black right now. No! We are insane right now. I guess this is our first touch of insanity. Enemies can respawn. They're much weaker, but I mean, still, the fact that you have to fight an enemy and clear it twice in a Souls-like's never a nice thing. Huh. Now, good thing is it's not like damage over time or whatever, which is really good. I'm wondering why they finally decided to announce their real... Oh, I'm sure it's part of this agenda to then a unified front, and the only way to have safety against these things and whatever is to do this here, and you have to sacrifice some sort of moral or scruple to be able to do it. And then they're just trying to also always discount the existence of God by doing that thing, so they have all these nasty things they're trying to do under the guise of, oh, we're an American Christian nation and this and that. And come on. Your values are the furthest from that. They just trying to incite panic and fear and lack of faith, and eventually it'll all make more sense when everything kind of comes together. But I'm sure it's just for the sake of lining somebody's pockets and controlling people, and what better way to do that than fear? And to prove there is no God, you know? That is... The punishment that they are going to receive is far beyond anything we could fathom. Hello, Mr. Are those rats on your back? Oh, those are fish, okay. I was gonna freak out. Little fishies, right? Ow, ow. Same move as the boss we just fought. R2 him! Are those, please be fish? They're leeches. That's pretty nasty. That's really nasty, actually. Kind of freaks me out. They are... They're leeches, man. Oh, that's not creepy at all. A putrid limb. You know, last time I thought it said putrid lamb. Wow, I can't read. Reading is power, as Slaya reminded us earlier. We'll go over here first. No, he got all his stamina back after all that? After all that work. Alright, what do we get here? The slight rune of inertia. Let's go ahead and heal. See, it says it increased... Oh, wait, okay. Is this giving me insanity? I think the silly... It's giving me insanity. It's not healing insanity. I thought it said that it heals insanity. Like, I now have like half, 50% sanity. Or whatever. Purple bar, whatever you want to call it. Oh, look at this. This guy looks so cool. I don't know how he died, but that's cool. I think my heals now poison me, and they poison my mind anyways. That's terrible. So I don't find it scary for aliens to exist. I find it exciting personally. Yeah, we as a, I think our generation in particular is quite desensitized to all the, like, it's not much that can be like, oh my gosh, I think it's more so for the generation that precedes us and the one before, the ones that are still in power, so to speak, the ones that still run things. You got to get them on board. The people that can't discern AI from reality and stuff like that. That crowd. Okay, thank you. Yep, it's giving me insanity. Like, what is the purpose of this? I need to see what the benefit is of being... I forget what it is. Being crazy. All I know is enemies come back. That's no fun. In your face, Grandma. Okay, so... there's so many new enemy types. I'd like a little checkpoint. I have 1 minute before my alarm goes off. Wow, these are the pustules of death here. Alarm is going off. I'll go for a few more minutes. Nice. Little AoE explosion, chain explosions there. Let's see if I can use this to my advantage. I mean, it wasn't terrible. No! Okay, the other one didn't come back. That's fine. We need to go back down. Yeah, increased insanity sounds like a bad thing. What perks does it give you? I don't know. That's what I was asking. I was asking, like, what is the benefit of me doing this? I mean, other than I have to fight the enemies twice, like, what is the benefit here? There's no positive. I just dropped down. Oh, never mind. There's absolutely no positive that I can find yet. I just have to fight enemies more than once. That just increases my potential to die. The XP gain it'd be worthless to me. I don't care about XP, but I don't know. Okay, we have this gigantic area, which looks kind of like, yeah, I was gonna say a checkpoint. All right, let's go back down here really quickly. That's just bizarre. I don't know what the purpose is, Slayer. I have no clue. We'll go kill that gorilla thing. Walter says, good stream. I have to get going. Have a good rest of your day, Inhuman, in chat. Absolutely, my friend. You too. Thank you so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you, man. Enjoy the rest of your day and your week if I don't catch you. Grab. Wow, those grabs are mean. R Squared says, what upcoming games are you excited for? Beast of Reincarnation looks interesting. As does Phantom Blade Zero, as does Wolverine, which come out in September. Beast of Reincarnation comes out in August. And then Onimusha Way of the Sword, which has no release date. Lords of the Fallen 2, which is probably coming out next year. And then we have Mortal Shell 2, which is supposed to come out this year. All of those games are some that have piqued my interest. And that I will be covering on this channel, but I just don't know when half of them are coming out. Only Wolverine, Phantom Blade Zero, and Beast of Reincarnation have solid release dates. The Relic the First Guardian's coming out. I think they pushed it to September, which is a terrible move. And that's what they're really doing. Because they will not get any kind of play if you have Phantom Blade Zero and Wolverine coming out, you know? But that's another one we're going to be playing as well. If they ever do anything with Ill, remember Ill? Like, they announced it years ago, then they announced it at the Game Awards last year, and now we've heard nothing again, so it's like, I don't think that game's ever going to come out. But yeah, those games are the ones for us. Yeah, we're in trouble now. If I die, it'll be, yeah, so if I die, it'll be a good way to end the stream. Anyways, rise, Andrew. Alright, Squids, what kind of game is Wolverine? Is it a hardcore RPG? I don't think it's going to be so much RPG as it is more so like action adventure. But I am sure it'll have some sort of like sandboxy type elements, but I hope it's more linear and that would be fun in that way. But if they make it too sandboxy, I'm not interested. If it's more action adventure, right up my alley, and that will definitely be checking it out. All right, so about to sign out, guys. Slayer says, I know you're about to... Oh, Slayer literally said, I know you're about to sign off, so just want to say have a great day, Inhuman, and I'll catch you. Absolutely. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the game, at least to an extent, at least saw what it has to offer. I mean, there's so much... so many Souls-like out there that honestly don't ever see, like, you know, the screen of a streamer's screen, I would say. But I do hope to show you some of the games that are out there and just broaden your horizons. That's one thing that I find very important to do. Just check these out, and if you don't like them, that's fine. You don't have to, but this is a way to save you money and say, hey, this is a game I never heard about. Let me check it out through the Inhuman. Okay, I don't like it. It's not for me, but it was decent or whatever. I just wouldn't buy it myself. Fine. Well, you know what? I hate it. But I'm just here to hang out with the Inhuman. It's perfectly fine. Whatever, you know? You guys are amazing. So as I always say, much love to you guys. Thank you so much for being the best part of my channel. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If I don't catch you guys. And until next time, it's Inhuman signing. I have to go brave the storm. I don't know if you heard it, or saw the flash.